didn't expect Nordavind to be here right now. Sorry, I didn't expect Solary to be here right now. Nordavind, maybe a little bit more so. Now, how do you feel like this series is going to be going, mate?
I mean, if you asked me at the beginning of the day and just asked my opinion, gut, just instant reaction, Solary. I would pick Solary 11 out of 10 times. I would pre-pick them before I even know unless it was another top 8 team, I would pick them. Yuka is going to try and take a shot there, but Solary, Exotic, I was watching a bit of the Team Liquid series. It's kind of bouncing back and forth, and Exotic was popping off. He was hitting some pretty nutty shots. He was really that offensive powerhouse here for Solary, so my eyes are going to be watching for him to make a huge impact in this match and see if he can kind of stick it to these guys.
I mean, Exotic is an absolutely incredible player. He's such fun to watch. He is the ones man. He is another one of those players that has taken the EU1 scene pretty much by storm. He's never been quite in that one scene, but NVD has missed it on the backboard. But Carrion cannot finish it. Yes, he can, but he definitely shouldn't have been able to.
Yeah, he's gonna just barely kind of sneak this one in. Right, I don't know if you could shoot it any higher. Gonna come off the bar. Actually, that is as high as you can shoot it in that situation. It ends up coming off the bar, bouncing off the defender and back in. And I do like what you were saying there about Exotic. I was listening to Johnny Boy talk to that point that he saw a lot of improvement in Exotic's one play throughout the off season. That he was really kind of stepping up. He had some close series where he almost took down Khalid, which if anybody's familiar with the one scene, I'm pretty sure you're going to know that name. The guy's a monster. And Exotic's been somebody that's been able to get up there and go toe-to-toe.
Yeah, he's I mean, Carrion also, he's another ones player. He is not quite on the level of Exotic, but a lot of the times you just need to be pretty good at ones to be better than most threes players at ones. But Trex trying to work his way out of that back half, gets sent long by NVD. Had an absolute drama on the backboard earlier. Yukis goes for one touch over the top. Mads can send it long. Carrion now receiving at the back. A little bit ping-pongy as Carrion and Trex both remove each other from the pitch. NVD attempts to get it round the side of Exotic. Trex sends it right back again. Not much of a contingency plan. Didn't really care where it went. Just didn't want the responsibility to fall to him.
Yeah, sometimes you see players just kind of try to make touches. Mads gonna punish them here as Solary gets overly aggressive, sending too many people downfield and opens up that backfield. Yukis making a very questionable challenge there. There was 3 players within the area, 2 of which that could definitely get up for that ball and at least challenge him. It was not going to be an open net. You had both of your teammates downfield. There was nobody on their way back in rotation yet. More than questionable decision there by Yukis to go for that ball.
He went for it, and it does mean that Nordavind can get the goal. Exotic taking out NVD. Yukis can get the goal from that. From a slow setup, it does end up central, and then he continues the boost through. Leaves but a carcass in his wake as Solary take the second goal.
Yeah, great heads-up play from Exotic there. Sees that the defender's awkward in the corner, ends up being able to kind of pick that ball up off him for free, puts it up, makes a pass, follow through. That's what you want to see. You want to see that is thought through from beginning to end. It is not just, I'll hit the ball up and hope my teammate gets there. He had that planned out from the start and was able to execute. And that's that heads-up style of play. That's where you get to see things that happen that are exciting, when people are able to execute on pre-planned ideas.
Yukis and Exotic there, not having a pre-planned idea that Yukis would be passing over towards him as Exotic started moving up on his own, and NVD can catch it in the middle. T-Rex goes for the double. T-Rex or Trex? I instinctively say T-Rex, but I think it must be Trex. I heard Stack say it earlier.
I'm guessing it's probably Trex, but as somebody that uses a T-Rex for my emotes in channel bot, I would much rather it be T-Rex.
Yeah, I know, right? I feel like that's a cooler name than Trex, but maybe he wants to be unique. We should all celebrate that.
I was hoping that I would hit tab and see his Steam profile picture and that it was going to be a T-Rex and that I'd be really happy and excited about that. It's not. It's the Nordavind logo. And that one almost in. Yukis with a literal hair of the ball still hanging out of that net. Last possible millisecond touch to save that ball.
Ukis keeping this match as still in favor of Solary. Enlid saving that one from going in. Mads can pick it up as no Solary players challenge him. But as soon as they do, he flicks over the top. Ukis central gets to Exotic. Now they are just playing keep away, just back and forth as much as they possibly can. Carrion finds himself solo towards the back. Exotic, as he rotates back round, can intercept. And that is a chip that T-Rex, one of them, is going to take advantage of.
Yeah, he's going to come in. Kyrian trying to cut that one in. Not sure what he saw there. Maybe it was just a bad camera angle. By the time he was there, he didn't have an outlet to try and get the ball out to the side. But that is not the direction you want to hit that ball. Straight into the middle with somebody right in your face. Maybe he just couldn't see the player. Maybe the ball was blocking him from view. But not the touch that you wanted.
Not at all. But there's Tregs bringing it back again. Got the second goal, and he'll also secure the third with 18 seconds left. Enlid from the backboard as well. Ukis not up quick enough, carrying sideways in there.
It has to be
the makings of a goal.
T-Rex goal explosion. T-Rex goal explosion. He's T-Rex for the rest of this. I'm so happy right now.
Good.
You know, comes in, perfect header into the goal. Short arms, doesn't matter. Head big enough, big brain, smacks that ball in. I think that there's actually a thing that T-Rexes had smaller brains, just big heads, but big brain play from T-Rex.
Big brain for him. Let's give him that.
Big head plays.
Big head plays from the boy. He has got skull for days. As it gets sent down the noggin on him. Pitch.
What a noggin on T-Rex.
Man's rocking nog. Man is rocking nog like nobody's business. And Nordavind, they end up taking game number 1. Enlid with 7 saves rather. Pretty much cancelling out Carrion, who had 7 shots to his name. And Tregs, chilling in the middle of the table. You know, he's not the apex predator. He chills out somewhere in the middle, just lurks.
He's batting 100, though. He's 2 for 2. You know?
We're going to come out of this as T-Rex fanboys, aren't we?
I'm already. He has the T-Rex goal explosion. His name is T-Rex. I'm a fan.
Yeah, it has to be. Yeah, it has to be. If it's not, rebrand. Whack a hyphen in there. Make it more obvious.
Just capitalize the R. That's all you got to do.
That's true. I mean, don't talk about capitalization because your name is ludicrous.
What? There's only one letter that's lowercase, and it's just so that you know it's not a 0.
You got numbers as well. You got a lot going on in your name. It's not like the beautiful T-Rex.
That's not the important part.
Game number 2 has commenced. Solary and Nordavind. Nordavind taking the first one after an incredible performance by T-Rex towards the end. Now Exotic will beat out Mads. He can get these ceiling touches as Carrion comes in to try and help out. T-Rex sends it long, but will be intercepted by Ukis. Drops down. Carrion side flips. Definitely did not want to be doing that. That was a great opportunity for a banging shot.
T-Rex gets up, blocks that one away. Ukis going to make a cut in, but Mads there to clear it downfield. Kyrian trying to meet this one in the corner. Mads able to get it around him. Nice chip shot there from T-Rex. Kyrian with the read, though. Inled going to keep this one alive. Unfortunately, he himself will not survive.
We've just had a quick message from our production team. 2.5 baguettes just beat Dignitas 3-0. What are that team? We said they were going to be special, and Kyrian shows off exactly why he is special, gaining the lead for Solary here in the second game.
That is a rough day for Dig. This is a scary moment. That they didn't, correct me if I'm wrong, but they did not qualify through in Regional 1.
Oh, you've put me so unbelievably on the spot now with my terrible memory. I'm going to say they probably did and go by the numbers. Hang on.
I'll let you look it up, and I'll talk for a minute. I'll buy you some time.
They got to playoffs. They got to playoffs.
Did they? Okay.
Yeah, but they went out to Vitality. That was it. 3-1 to Vitality.
Okay.
In the quarters.
I thought Dig was one of those ones that we were worried about that didn't make it through. I remember there being a couple teams that we were surprised. Yeah, that's what it was. It was Oxygen. Yep.
Oxygen are well up for
I was wrong. I appreciate the correction. Thank you, sir.
That's all right, mate. Hopefully T-Rex won't correct us after this, because that will ruin my entire week.
You know, I don't know if I could handle that kind of heartbreak here with everything else that 2020's thrown at us. That might be the final straw for me.
That's too far, isn't it? Let's carry him. Tries to find Yukis, intercepted by Enlid. Now the chance to pass central, but nobody is there. Still nobody's there, but he fancied it regardless. Yukis can go up for the double tap. And every single player missing on target from Carrion. T-Rex from the net. Can whack his little arms out of the T-Rex nest or whatever after laying his eggs. I don't know how they work. And keeps this game 1-0. And Enlid brings it forward. It's a draw at halftime.
Ugh. Yeah, their nests or whatever with their little arms and...
I don't know. They probably lay eggs. I don't know what they do. I don't know what they're about.
Like a reptile, right? Reptiles do eggs.
That's a great tweet. Reptiles do eggs, question mark.
I think.
In the reply, I think. I don't know. Long shot by Carrion. Doesn't quite sneak in, but he does follow it up. All 2s and 1s on the board at the top. Carrion sends Solary ahead.
Yeah, I mean, it was just enough to make Mads have to stop and think about it for a second. Ball gets out ahead of him. Carrion with the follow-through. Able to get the read, finishes it off. 2-1, still half this match left to go. Enlid gonna get underneath that one, lifts it up, and Carrion gonna try and knock this one down. I think he wanted to probably get more of a touch off to that right side to drop it to Exotic, but was unable to get enough of the ball. This time Exotic just trying to keep it alive. Yukis bringing it through, and Enlid there to stop the play.
Good bump from Yukis. Completely stops Enlid from going any further from his own half, but T-Rex lofts over the top of one defender. And then challenged on the side by Mads, but not too much offense coming from either team for a second. Somewhat of a lull as it sits somewhere in the middle of the pitch. T-Rex now tries to get over the top of Carrion, isn't able to as Yukis goes up to beat none of the players, because none of them ended up going up for that ball. Central, T-Rex, can he air dribble over the top of Exotic? This would be a feat for him. Chance now for Mad, sends it wide, and Yukis can clear it into the orange.
Enlid looking for barely getting a piece of that ball. Thought he was going to whip on that for a second there. T-Rex with a bit of an odd takeoff. I don't know if he had the heavy car or what that was, but he got no lift out of that jump whatsoever. Could not get in front of that ball. Yukis and Exotic gonna connect here. Yukis unable to get the finish. Carrion looking to try and put one down. High shot. Mads gonna lift it up and out of the reach of Exotic. Yukis now looking to take it away. Mads wins that challenge and brings it back down the field into the corner. And this one, Carrion gonna try and bring it out. Opportunity though, and cleared. Downfield, need to get back. Carrion trying to get creative, unable to get a touch. Exotic high off the backboard, open shot, or open net, but Yukis all the way back, doesn't come for it. Ooh, T-Rex almost gets Carrion, but has the flip and able to get out and break it up.
T-Rex showing off that dribbling ability that I was very impressed with. Managed to come up against Carrion as well and stretched him thin, but Carrion could get the block in the end. And as we approach the end of this game, the goal needs to come out for Nordavind to send them two clear. They're sent long by Yukis. Carrion is there potentially to finish unless Mads can get there first. Yes, he does. Final chance to push here for Nordavind. Gets sent high. Enlid can send it middle. T-Rex off the ceiling. He's got enough boost. Central, but Exotic knows where to be and when. Solary taking game numero 2-0.
Numero 2-0. I like that. Yeah, taking the second one down, and honestly, kind of a quiet performance in that win from Exotic. I was expecting Exotic to be much more involved in the offensive attacks. He's kind of been that guy clearing the ball out, but 10 shots to 4. Again, that's going to go the way of Solary over time. They're going to break down that defense. They're going to get something through, and they seem to be just a bit much for Nordavind to deal with.
I mean, Exotic has been incredibly quiet. He's got 92 points in that match, and points aren't everything, but they are when your next closest is your teammate at 256. He only had 2 shots. He didn't set anything else up. Exotic is a much louder player than that scoreboard tells the story for, and he is muted right now. Solary, they've got 1-1, that's fine, but it's a match where I'd expect them to get a 3-0.
Well, going to the third one here. An opening threat here. Kyrian trying to look for the finish. Almost able to get it. T-Rex with the read right at the last moment. Knocks it away. There again is T-Rex to break another one up. All the pressure, though, here once again starting off going the way of Solary as they force Nordavind back into their half time and time again.
Mads getting that awkward touch. Exotic can go for the double. NVD having to trust that that's just eking itself wide. All coming, though, from the Nordavind error. Now Mads can air dribble over none of the players because all of Solary can just wait for him to bring the ball over to their blue half. Yukis now from that left will send it central. Mads, though, great positioning. Exotic, shot on target, available for Kyrian. No shot, though, will transpire apart from that pinch. T-Rex trying his luck.
Yukis trying to look to create something there. Unable to get that flip reset. Exotic up to make the challenge, brings it back down. Great read from Kyrian, but T-Rex in his way. Yukis to the ceiling. NVD there to greet him.
Bit cagey to start this one off. There's been a couple of chances, but otherwise both teams quite happy to absorb a bit of pressure, then move on. Can this pressure be absorbed, though? No! Yukis with a devastating shot top corner, gently helped on by NVD.
Yeah, great placement here from Yukis, just making it really, really tough. T-Rex with the position he had, there's no chance for him to get there. NVD, the only one able to, just could not get up quick enough to get that one to go high. He was looking to redirect that up and into the backboard. Yeah, again, just kind of this midfield. It's kind of weird. You see the ball go back and forth a lot. Shot just wide. Kyrian jumps for it, opens the goal up for Mads, and they end up scoring. There's been a lot of these moments where these weird kind of just battles with a slow ball in the midfield throughout this series so far, where typically we see more of that back and forth volleyball style back and forth. It's been really weird, just kind of like challenges where the ball just falls dead slowly to the ground in the midfield.
I've seen Kyrian battle with his controller a couple of times too. He has had a side flip where he definitely shouldn't have done. Earlier on there was a back flip that didn't lead to any errors, or any sort of big issue, but it still shouldn't have happened. There he maybe jumped prematurely and didn't quite read what was happening. Exotic, though, trying to prove that his controller's working completely okay with the double tap that never quite was. T-Rex attempts it himself, but sends it to the corner. We love you for trying, though, T-Rex. You're perfect. Don't change.
Don't change a thing. Except for the capitalization. We just need you to capitalize that R. Gonna find the shot. T-Rex. That's gonna be the exclamation point on the end of the name. The roar from his goal explosion. Mads takes the third man off the field. Nobody back. Free net for T-Rex.
I'm hoping that we see more from Exotic yet again. He seemed muted. He has just seemed quiet, and that's not the player he is. And Kyrian's having a couple of controller, or seems to be having a couple of controller problems, or just maybe some dead zone issues. Hoping that it's not anything that's going to be that's series losing in that regard, and hoping they do just get beaten fair and square. But
there he is.
Exotic. There he is, getting loud and brash. It's game day, man. Bring it on.
Yeah, he was awake for that Liquid series, and here we're finally seeing him wake up in Game 3. Ties it up 2-2, just under the halfway mark here. Nordavind, they want to stay in this. They're going to need to find something that is sticking and working, get a game plan here for this second half, or they're going to be out of it pretty quick.
And Liv working his way down the left wing, does get interrupted by Exotic, who can get it slightly over the top of T-Rex. Mads, though, dunked. And Lid lands in the perfect position. Kyrian does have a chance to go for the shot. The pass central from Yukis. Finds Exotic, but the ball then eventually finds T-Rex. Now, can Exotic work anything here to break this 2-all deadlock? No. Kyrian up, though. Has boost continue. Doesn't get the dunk, but does get the man. And Lid now off the pitch. As T-Rex beats out Yukis in the midfield. Awkward double touch down. Tried to maybe get the ground pinch, but it didn't quite work successfully. Now carrying slowly in the air. Lands perfectly for T-Rex. That slowdown was inopportune for Solary.
Yeah, that was not what you wanted. Inled able to get up, challenge Carrion, just bang that into the ceiling. That's all you need to do. Come up, hit it with a high angle, or at least hit it with a, come at the ball where you're just going to kind of stomp it back into them or pancake it into the other player, and that player will end up redirecting into the ceiling for you. Great challenge by him to open it up, and T-Rex, great job to be there and make a read on that play.
Now Nordavind, they're ahead.
They are. They are indeed, and at a moment when they need to be. Again, teams that take loss here in this round end up with their tournament life on the line and all the pressure in the world on them when they go into their next series.
Now Mads in the back, does get a touch to the corner. Sent long, found by Carrion, an exotic, awkwardly from that sidewall, ends up bumping Carrion out of the way. Yukis sends it high. That was a great chance for Carrion. Exotic had no idea he was there though and just went on his merry way. 30 seconds, chances are running out now.
Yeah, that's a miscomm for sure there. This one going to drop into the corner, though, for Carrion. Looking to try and beat Maz to that ball. Over one, and led there to try and take possession into the corner. He's going to bring it up. Tries to take it across. Going to have to consume quite a bit of boost. Looking for the pinch on the wall. Exotic there to break it up. They need something here. They need to send the house right now if you want to end it. Otherwise, we will be going to a game 4. T-Rex just eating all the time he can. Yukis gets a good pop on the ball. Mad's going to try and ground it out. Exotic keeps it alive. Yukis is there, ties it up, and we've got a game 3 OT.
Oh, Mads thought that was the cleverest move he could have done, but it was caught by Exotic. It doesn't even bounce very far. Just perfectly for Yukis, the buzzer beater. The game 3 overtime. Let's go. Who wins this? Solary or Nordavind?
You know, that I was about to say Nordavind until we ended up in OT, and that sometimes can be enough to it's kind of like a sucker punch. That can take some wind out of you. We'll see if they can go ahead and weather the storm here as now OT, the added bit of pressure, especially coming off of having the lead and kind of throwing it there at the end to go into this OT. Is just going to add to whether they're going to have the mental fortitude or not to weather the storm of Solary in this OT.
Well,
and they don't have it. They didn't have it. They ran out. It put a little too much on them, and Exotic's going to find an open net here as Inlet tries to make the challenge and just doesn't get up. That camera angle, I don't think he had any idea that Exotic was there.
No, massive overcommit there by Enlid. He was too moved up even if he didn't commit there. He couldn't have got back in time without burning 80-odd boost just to get into position.
He wasn't going to be able to carry momentum fast enough either. He was faced the wrong direction. He was going to have to try and carry all the momentum from a dead stop into a half flip to try and then boost all the way back downfield. He just wasn't going to be able to keep up, and you can see shots in that game ended up going the way of Solary, and in the end, they controlled the pitch that game. I was surprised that we ended up in an OT.
Yeah, overtime, though, did end up getting won by Solary. Now, they face down being able to win this one in 4 games, just one more. And we'll see Solary going through for 2 and 1 round. Why did I think that we were going to a 3-0?
Sorry? I can't keep track of series scores right now. I forgot that Nordavind had that win. I thought that this was over and done with. I've been sitting here talking about this the whole time, and I don't know where my head's at.
No, not at all. Sorry, I mean, Nordavind, mate, they won game number 1. They loved it. They're having a good time. It was 3-2. Yeah, good on them.
They've got another one. I'm sitting here thinking that was the final match and that was going to send them on their merry way. I am wrong. We get another one of these. We'll see if Nordavind can go ahead and piece it back together and try and get this to a game 5.
I mean, if you're their coach, you've just sat there and gone, right, lads, go off and get yourself a bowl of porridge and see where we end up. But, no porridge is to be had because we are going to be heading into this game number 4 very shortly. I think we're just checking out a couple of technical things as at the end of that game. There was maybe a couple of ping issues, but that's all okay. Now, for Solary, they are now staring down being able to take this in 4. I think for them as well, they must have come into this match hoping they would take it in 3 and Nordavind have been fierier than they anticipated. The only reason why they won that game number 3 as well is, firstly, you have to credit the buzzer beater to get them into overtime, and then it was an NLID overcommit. Are they flying by the seat of their pants at the moment, or do they have the situation under control now?
I don't know that they've had it under control this entire series. I mean, if we go back and we look at the stats, really the goals that they're getting are them capitalizing on a mistake, bad touch, or bad play off of Solary. I haven't really seen a lot that tells me that they are creating these opportunities for themselves. It almost feels like some of these have come from the hands of Solary instead. So I think they've been kind of flying by the seat of their pants throughout. As much as I hate to say that, because I don't even think that T-Rex wears pants. I don't know if T-Rex is wearing pants. Do you?
I mean, how would it wear pants? They need to be big, because, like, a t-shirt would be fine for a T-Rex. But pants they've got to go over big old, I don't want to body shame, but go over some big old T-Rex thighs.
They do. They got the kind of, like, little chicken bottoms on them, you know, in the calf region, but they got those big, powerful thighs. They'd be hulking out of the pants. It just feels like it would be restrictive.
Maybe it would be, but I mean, I imagine there's stores out there that are going to be stocking T-Rex pants if that was such a thing. So let's hope that he does wear pants if he would like to. If not, he is choosing to do whatever he would like to in the comfort of his own home. Now, Yukis can send that center in the comfort of his own home. I don't know, it might be an internet cafe, and we need to stop presuming things.
We do. I feel like it's part of the job that we're supposed to, but typically I just expect our presumptions to be very, very wrong. Carrion's trying to bring one over to Exotic, unable to convert that into a play. Carrion tries to now get it under T-Rex. Carrion's been having some troubles in trying to, you can see him try to get creative and try to get the ball around players, but when he's coming down off the ceiling, he's really been having trouble getting in those situations near the ceiling, whether he's coming from the floor or off the ceiling. He's been having trouble getting around Nordavind, and some of those goals coming at the expense of that inlet, able to break up that quick passing shot from Carrion. Exotic, though, gonna pick that one up in the midfield, has an isolation, gets it off the bar and down, and able to finish it in.
Exotic, a player that we identified early on, was not doing enough for his team, and has now scored the opening goal in game number 4. Exotic was having a bit of a rough time in the first couple of games, not making his presence known. When his presence is known, that's when Solary are at their best. So Carrion and Yukis must both be pretty pleased right now as Yukis passes it on towards Carrion, who cannot quite tap it out as T-Rex does manage to intervene with that play. Exotic, central, back behind the defense, but T-Rex there to pick it up.
Inlet, unable to get it down. T-Rex trying to get the finish. Exotic just kind of hanging there in the air off of that flip attempt. Ends up being right in the spot he needs to be, luckily. And now, ball down, Inlet, only one back. Exotic had an opportunity to get up, just didn't go for it quite in time, and now tries to make a cut in, missed touch, and that one's going to get brought right into the waiting arms of Yukis, but Mad's going to stop that double tap opportunity.
Mad central now, just hands it off towards Yukis, who hands it towards Exotic, back to Yukis, and the save by Mads keeps it at 1-0.
Big save by Mad. That was a very threatening shot on net. T-Rex, a little bit of an odd touch. You do not want to make that one out to Yukis. He's going to finish that one with ease, and they go up 2-0 as we get under the halfway mark in this game 4.
Awkward touch by T-Rex there. Nearly gets along to rectify his mistake, but sitting central was Yukis. Great positioning. The close shadow is something that I think Solary do particularly well. You normally see it in teams that have got 1v1 experience because of how comfortably they will shadow their opponents and at such close range as well. Yukis less known for his 1v1s, but must have learned by osmosis at this point. There's no great positioning by him.
Oh, that one's going to be a banger. Exotic, redirect in. Great pass from Yukis. Easy shot.
Double commit, though.
Yep.
Double commit in mid. NLID again being guilty of moving up a little bit too far. Now 3 goals clear are Solary, looking to keep piling on that number as well, as chances for Nordavind have been few and far between. It's 1 shot for T-Rex. That's it. That's all that Nordavind had so far. A far cry from previous games.
Mad's going to slow that one down, dropping it out to T-Rex. He's going to try and bring it, looks for that flick over to Inlet, and unable to do so. And in his anger from the miss, ends up banging his teammate out of the way, which almost caused it to be a 3v1 situation on their net. Luckily, they were able to rally back, knock that one away. But again, stuck, just absolutely stuck in their end of the field.
Yeah, being pinned back is such a hard thing to work your way out from, because normally the only way that you stop being pinned back is by resetting. And the only reset is what happens when you get scored on. So it's more of it's a siege tactic, essentially. It's trying to win the war by attrition. Take the boost, send it high. Take any other boost, send it high. Wear them down, get the goals. And Carrion now trying to put that final nail in the coffin. Yukis now with a chance. Can keep it tight with T-Rex. That bounces towards the net. It's awkward, and Exotic is there. We want him to be louder, and the man is screaming from the rafters.
Yeah, Exotic finally coming alive here. 3 goals. Looking for him to come alive a little bit earlier in the series, but, you know, he's finally waking up, and it's probably a good time right before you're going to have to go in to the next series, which will be the one that will get them through if they can take down the next one. I guess that's a little presumptuous of me calling this one done, but I just don't see this one going the way of Nordavind. I don't think there's enough time. Crazier things have happened.
It would be incredible if Nordavind brought it back after, you know, chilling on 2 shots through the entire game, then get 4 goals in 15 seconds. But T-Rex going to do his best, does get the flip reset, keeps it near enough still, as if he had the freezing power up in Rumble. Now Mads, can he get it central? Not really, it doesn't really matter. Not got much time, lad, so, you know, we could just stop talking about the game, really. That will be the win for Solary. They take it in for one more game than I imagine they anticipated. Endlid dropping a GG's already. All the boys, they're done with it. We're all happy. And Solary move on to playing another team that have also got a 2-1 win rate. Meanwhile, Nordavind, they see themselves on their last life.
Nordavind on their last life, and Solary moving on to possibly promote or make it into the playoffs, solidify their spot for next weekend in their next series. So definitely things that we're going to need to watch for both of those teams. 2 lives still, though, for Solary. A little bit better odds there. Nordavind, we'll see who they end up getting paired up against. Final thoughts for that series, though, Stump?
It was about what I expected. It just took a little bit longer. I think Nordavind did come out really well. They played the game that they wanted to play, and then there was just those couple of, not rookie errors, but the inexperienced errors. It was Enlid moving up too far multiple times. There was a couple of goals in later games that could easily have not been conceded, including the big overtime winner for Solary in game number 3 as well. It's all of that positioning. I think Nordavind needed to ride the fact that Exotic did not turn up for game number 1 and then slowly turned it on, and you cannot go forward playing like that. Nordavind hoping to make it through further than they did in the previous regional, but Solary looking like a strong team as they have done going through this tournament thus far.
Yeah, looking like a strong team, and I think that Exotic coming alive there at the end kind of sets it up to hopefully carry over into the next series. Hopefully he just kind of had a slump to start. They're going to need him in that next series. That is it, though, for round 3 here on E-League. We're going to go to a short break, but get involved with us in the conversation. You're going to have a little bit of time here while we wait for round 4 to start up. At RL Esports, hashtag RLCSX. Get involved in the conversation. F-Dot will read it. He'll find something. He'll throw it up on here at some point. You guys can get involved with us there. But that's it for me and Stump here. You guys will be back on the desk as we go into round 4 here right after the break.